And in our final update of our American Farm Bureau coverage of their convention, a virtual convention this year, Jim Bartle's here, and our guest on our broadcast is Dan Glessing, Vice President, Minnesota Farm Bureau. Dan, we appreciate it. We're recording this on Thursday night. You just got out of the dairy barn, right?
Yep. So got them all milked, and they're all tucked away for the night.
All right, you mentioned your wife's going in to coach volleyball, and again, a busy night in the Glessing family. Dan, the Vice President.
Continues.
Yeah, and you live by, where is it, by Waverly?
By Waverly, correct, yeah.
Okay, let's catch a few things here on our broadcast. First of all, as we're recording this on Thursday night after milking cows, and talk a little bit about what happened today on Thursday, because they had the delegate session today, correct?
And that's really where Farm Bureau gets its grassroots structure from. Farmers from all over the nation were on that delegate floor, virtually, of course, arguing for their points and counterpoints. It really does, in my opinion, give Farm Bureau, because the policy is set by real farmers out there in the trenches. And this is where it all comes together.
Farmers all over the USA who were there participating as delegates. And we'll talk about this later on, but 8,200 participants from around the country.
Yeah, absolutely. The virtual format, well, it's not the most fun. It does allow folks from all over the globe. We had 8,200 participants from around the globe participating in this year's conference, which is significantly higher than in person. We had about 200 from Minnesota that were able to log on and watch the sessions, and you can actually go back on now and still catch up on. If you didn't get a chance to catch them all while it was happening, you can go back and check it out now.
Yeah, I think we want to make a special note of that. If folks want to go back on, and you don't have to be a registered person to go in. I think it was available to anybody, fb.org/events. And that should get you there. And just so many great workshops. You can see speakers that were there. So the virtual component. Yeah, I think I've talked about this in some of the other broadcasts. Dan, is this going to stay? I mean, next year it's in Atlanta. And there might be people that, of course, want to go to Atlanta, and becomes a mini vacation, yet, learning, doing all that kind of stuff. But maybe with the virtual component, we may have more people involved next year than ever before in the Farm Bureau, American Farm Bureau Convention.
Yeah, that certainly would be my hope. If anything good, this COVID, it teaches us that we can do these types of things and reach out. I've had several Minnesota members say how nice it was that they can catch some of this annual convention that they wouldn't have had, been able to if they had to go in person. And so I would have to believe that some of the stuff will at least be virtual, if not all.
Dan Glessing is our guest, Vice President, Minnesota Farm Bureau, as we do our broadcast. Dan, I talked to Robin Kinney. Robin, Minnesota gal. She's a part of the national committee, but soon will be part of the Minnesota Farm Bureau group as well, as she's transitioning. But when I talked to her, she was absolutely filled with joy. She said, I can't believe how smooth it's going and how this virtual convention has come off. Again, I think there were 50 speakers, 8,200 attendees. That's, and we're all working through this virtual world, just like you and I are doing this broadcast via Zoom. So some of our folks will see this on the radio, some will see it on Facebook, some will see it on website, but it's a new world for us and a new experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll be the first to admit I'm not that tech savvy, and it wasn't hard for me to figure that one out. But it is, when you're a broad agriculture organization or farm organization, you have to have a lot of topics and content to apply to all the different tastes within your membership. And I think that they did that fairly well this year. And they do typically every year. You've been in years past too. So it's just, I think they're doing a good job of reaching all their members and not just one segment.
Dan Glessing is with us. And Dan, while I hope to see you before next year in late November, where the state convention will be going on. And I hope to see you in Atlanta on January 7th through the 12th of 2022. It's been great having you on with us. I appreciate your time and your dedication to Farm Bureau, which is about advocating for farmers and on both sides of the aisle, working with who's out there, what we can do to help make our agribusiness, and for those people who are members, non-farmers as well, they understand the value of what's going on. Appreciate your time, Dan.
Yeah, thank you for all you do for agriculture as well.
All right. Dan Glessing, who's our guest. This is going to wrap up this segment. We're going to be having Kevin Papp, President, Minnesota Farm Bureau, join us in just a little bit as well. That's all for right now. Jim Bartles reporting on this segment of our Inkstead, Minnesota Radio Network Farm Bureau Report.